What up, y'all? This your boy Bobby V. And you know I got soul.com. Don't you touch that keyboard. Holla.
Bobby, you're signed with E1 now. You're on an independent label. What's going to change about your music now that you're independent?
Nothing, man. I think, I've pretty much been independent since my third album. So I think it's just really a continuation of what I've been doing. E1 is a great independent company. They give me all the creative control, as I've really had from the get-go.
Okay.
So I don't think, I know there's nothing different. Only thing would be it being better, just because, it's my 5th album. So, I want to make every album progress and be the best that it can be.
Do you think being an independent artist makes the most sense for an artist like yourself, who you built up your fan base early on the major labels? You have that big fan base, and now you can just do what you do?
Yeah, it makes sense, but it also depends on, as an artist, how much you want to work, because being an independent artist is a lot of extra work that you have to do on your own. A lot of relationships that, myself and my manager have built over the years. We have to really use those relationships being an independent artist. But it's been the same road I've been on for the past 5-6 years, since basically '08. So it's pretty much the same thing.
You talked about that you've had creative control, the whole time. Do you feel like at this point in your career, you're going on your 5th album now, you just kind of try to please your current fan base, or are you always trying to find new fans in the process?
Oh, you're always trying to find new fans, and you're always trying to make non-believers believers. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what this industry is. It's about making people that don't believe believe. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to do that is being consistent, making hit records, and just working hard. And my grind is, is I have hard work instilled in me from my father and mother. So, being an independent artist, you have to work a lot harder. But it's more rewarding at the end of the day, and it pays off.
Definitely. One thing that struck me in the last interview we had, you mentioned that you always kind of released a commercial pop, single first,
right,
just to kind of draw people in and get them to listen to the real R&B that was on the album.
Right.
Do you think that's the way that the R&B industry is now? That's kind of the way you got to do it?
I think the industry now is more hip hop driven. So you have to really, kind of conform and do what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different industry than trying to you really don't have a lot of room for error.
Yeah.
So you have to make that record that is going to work at radio, so that you can be happy and your company can be happy and everybody can make money at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, in a perfect world, if you didn't have to conform, what would a Bobby V ideal album sound like?
Well, all my albums are ideal.
Yeah.
But it's the singles a lot of times are, I love my singles I pick, but of course I would do more R&B. I'm a real singer, and I like to showcase that as much as possible. But on an up-tempo or mid-tempo song, it's harder to really show your singing abilities.
Yep.
Much, because it's more dancey and the song doesn't call for that. Mm-hmm. So an ideal Bobby V album is what I've been doing, but an ideal Bobby V single would probably be more along the lines of Words, which was my single off of my 4th album, Fly on the Wall.
Okay, cool. So now, you got your new album, Dusk Till Dawn. It's going to be your 5th solo album. What can we expect on that?
You can just expect a continuation of good music, quality R&B. An album that you can start from top to bottom. I always say that, but that's what I really strive for. I've been doing music so long, I really know what the people like. Mm-hmm. And once they hear the album, a lot of people will sleep, and then they get the album later on and be like, wow, why didn't I get this a long time ago? So, I just strive on making quality, good R&B music and R&B albums.
Your last album, Fly on the Wall, you had some big name producers, Tim and Bob as always, and Brian Michael Cox and others. Who'd you work with production-wise?
Pretty much the same lineup.
Okay.
So I'm really keeping things, what they are. Not really changing anything, not really changing my sound like that. Working with some new cats that I have under my wing, a couple new producers that I work with. And, I have a couple of my band members that come in on the end after I finish and really just fill the tracks up and make them big, a lot of live instrumentation. So, that's what the album consists of.
And you just released the video for Mirror with Lil Wayne, your single. Tell us about the creation of the song.
The creation of the song, it was kind of like fourth quarter, 1 minute left. Bobby V, we need a single. And they had picked another song, and I was like, that shouldn't be the single. And it was fourth quarter, and I went in the studio, and it was this track that I've been listening to. I've been listening to this track. I heard this track probably about 6 months prior. Producer played the track. I was like, dang, I've been looking for this track right here. And that's how Mirror came about. And once I went in, I wrote it with a writer by the name of Ryan Hurt, who went in and just really, combined our forces. And once we finished it, I knew that was the single.
Yeah.
And once it was done, I took it to Miami to play it for Wayne. He loved it and he hopped on it. And it was history from there.
Cool. One thing I noticed is, even though you've been independent, you still get these big name collaborations. Wayne, you were on a Nicki Minaj song, your mixtape had some names, your last album. What type of respect do you get in the industry from artists?
I think I get great respect because, people respect my grind. They respect my hard work. They respect the dedication. And they respect really where I've come from. They've kind of seen me grow up in the industry. And I think they just, they respect my grind at the end of the day as much as I respect any other artist.
Yeah.
So I'm able to get these features just because I think of the respect level that they have for me.
Cool. Last year, we nominated your song, If I Can't Have You, for one of our songs of the year.
That was my favorite song on
We love that song.
Yeah.
And I remember you tweeted at us and said, finally, someone who ignores the politics. And we was like, we appreciate that. But, how frustrating is it for an artist like yourself who doesn't get the credit they deserve when they make great music?
Oh, man. It's frustrating, but it's almost like, you're in a position, I'm in a position that, I love to do music. And for me to wake up and have the things that I have, to live the lifestyle I live, of course I want the accolades and I want to be recognized. I think everybody wants to be recognized for the things that they do, but at the same time, you have to look on the broader spectrum. There's so many people that would like to be in my shoes, So I really can't be greedy in a sense, and it really just makes me want to work that much harder and go that much harder. So I really realize, that I'm underrated and really underappreciated. I see it on my Twitter every day. But I think I'd rather be underrated than overrated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a couple cats out there that are very overrated, but that's the politics of the game. They'll make you think that somebody is what they aren't. It's just like hyping up a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody hyped Batman up. It was a great movie, but I went to go see it off the hype.
Yeah.
So I was really expecting much more than what I saw. Not to down the movie, it was a good movie, but it was the hype around it.
Yeah.
And I think that there are a few artists out there that have that hype. Not to say that they're bad artists, but they have the hype. So people may think that they're better, and it's all about working hard. For me, it's all about working hard to get to that level where you have the hype, but you also have everything else to back it up.
Yeah. Okay. Something you've stressed multiple times in this interview, and I've always noticed about you, is your grind, your hard work. Yeah. Some people may see you in all the glitz and glamour and be like, he's a superstar. But on the other side of things, what is the hard work that goes into it to keep doing this for your career?
Man, it's a lot of calling, program directors, myself at radio, doing a lot of free gigs, which as an artist, you make a lot of your money doing paid gigs, So, doing those free gigs and just getting out there when you don't feel like it, might be tired. It's just getting out there touching the people, man. Going into communities, going to the boys clubs, going to the YMCA's. Just going different places where you can really touch the lives of youth. They may not go buy my music per se, but they may look up to me, you know what I'm saying? And they may say, man, Bobby V came and talked to me and inspired me to take another direction in my life, you know what I'm saying? And if I could touch somebody like that, then, you know, the music is secondary.
Yeah.
If I could touch somebody's life that may have been going left and I said something to make them go right, you know, that means more to me than selling 10 million albums.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Saving somebody's life.
Yeah, beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
And just one last thing, you know, you brought your Blue Kolla imprint over with you to
Blue
E1.
Kolla, we brought it to E1, you heard me?
What can we expect, you know, in the future for Blue Kolla? You got some artists coming up with you?
Yeah, I got a few artists. We got Johnny Cruz, we got TPD, we got Chris Landry, we got Brawley the King, we got the whole Blue Kolla camp. We got JT, he's a great producer and artist, and got a couple more cats, you know, that we're working on, just trying to groom them and get them right. So Blue Kolla is definitely gonna be a force to be reckoned with, you know. It's just a slow grind, and you know, just building a brand, and you know, getting these artists to be on that same grind that I'm on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what Blue Kolla is all about. It's all about the hard work and dedication. And I think if you have that in this industry, you can sustain and have a good career.
Definitely. So that's all we got. Anything you want to add?
Make sure y'all follow me on my Twitter at Bobby V. Make sure y'all hit me on Facebook, Bobby V Music, and follow me on Instagram, Bobby V1.